Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-embarking on a journey back in time to explore one of Japan's most precious cultural treasures. Horyu-ji Temple, located in Ikaruga, Nara Prefecture. Horyu-ji isn't just a temple. It's a time capsule holding over 1,400 years of history, art, and spirituality. In fact, it's home to some of the oldest surviving wooden buildings in the entire world. So, how did this incredible place come to be? And what stories do its ancient timbers have to tell? Let's find out. Our story begins in the late 6th and early 7th centuries, during the Asuka period. This was a transformative era for Japan, marked by the introduction and rapid spread of Buddhism from the Asian mainland. A key figure in this movement was Prince Shotoku, a regent who served under Empress Suiko. Prince Shotoku was more than just a political leader. He was a devout Buddhist and a visionary who saw the religion as a powerful force for unifying the country and elevating its culture. He is often called the father of Japanese Buddhism for his tireless efforts to promote its teachings. According to ancient records, the story of Horyu-ji starts with a personal vow. Prince Shotoku's father, Emperor Yomi, fell ill around the year 587. To pray for his father's recovery, Prince Shotoku commissioned the construction of a temple and a statue of the healing Buddha, Jakushi Nyorai. Unfortunately, Emperor Yomi passed away before the temple could be completed. To honor his father's memory and fulfill his vow, Prince Shotoku, along with Empress Suiko, pressed on with the project. The original temple, known as the Wakakusadera, was completed around the year 607. However, tragedy struck. In 670, according to the Nihon Shoki, a historical text from the 8th century, a massive fire completely destroyed the original temple complex. This was a devastating blow, but the imperial family and the temple's supporters were determined to rebuild. The reconstruction began shortly after the fire and was likely completed by the early 8th century. It is this rebuilt temple that we see standing today, a testament to the resilience and unwavering faith of the people of that era. Now, this is where things get really interesting for historians and archaeologists. For a long time, there was a debate about whether the current buildings truly dated back to the 7th century after the fire, or if they were from a later period. Some even questioned if the 670 fire ever happened. Then, during excavations in 1939, archaeologists unearthed the buried ruins of the original Wakakusadera, just southeast of the current complex. The layout was different, confirming that the temple had indeed been destroyed and rebuilt. This discovery validated the ancient texts and confirmed the incredible age of the structures we can still visit today. Let's take a walk through the temple grounds as they were rebuilt. Horyu-ji is divided into two main parts: the Seiin, or Western Precinct, and the Tuin, or Eastern Precinct. The Seiin is the heart of the temple and contains its most famous and oldest structures. As you enter through the Chumen, or Central Gate, you're immediately struck by the unique architectural harmony. To your left is the 5-story pagoda, and to your right is the kondo, or Golden Hall. This asymmetrical layout is very unusual for Japanese temples of the period, which typically followed a stricter, symmetrical Chinese model. The kondo is the main hall for worship, and is considered the world's oldest existing wooden building. Inside, it houses a priceless collection of Buddhist statues, including the Shaka Triad, which is dedicated to the historical Buddha and was created to ensure Prince Shotoku's passage to the Pure Land. The 5-story pagoda, standing at about 32 meters tall, is another architectural marvel. It doesn't contain any relics you can see from the outside, but its central wooden pillar, or Shinbashira, is a masterpiece of ancient engineering, designed to absorb seismic shocks and keep the structure stable through centuries of earthquakes. Think about that for a second. Engineers over 1,300 years ago were already designing earthquake-resistant buildings. The Tuin, or Eastern Precinct, was built later, around the year 739, on the former site of Prince Shotoku's private palace. It was constructed to honor the memory of the prince. The central building here is the Yumadano, or Hall of Dreams. This beautiful octagonal hall is dedicated to Prince Shotoku, and it houses a secret statue of the prince, known as the Gyu's Cannon. For centuries, this statue was hidden from view. wrapped in hundreds of yards of cloth and believed to be so sacred and powerful that seeing it would cause blindness or a disaster. It was only in the late 19th century that an art historian named Ernest Fenn, with special permission, finally unwrapped it, revealing a stunning, perfectly preserved statue from the 7th century. Over the centuries, Horyu-ji continued to be a major center for Buddhist learning and worship. It weathered political upheavals, the rise and fall of shoguns, and the modernization of Japan. Unlike many other temples that suffered from fires or wars, Horyu-ji seemed to be protected by a special kind of fortune. It received continuous patronage from the imperial court and powerful clans, which helped ensure its preservation. This allowed it to accumulate an unparalleled collection of art and artifacts from every era of Japanese history. In 1993, Horyu-ji achieved global recognition when it was designated as Japan's very first UNESCO World Heritage Site, along with other Buddhist monuments in the area. The designation wasn't just for the buildings, but for the entire cultural landscape that represents the introduction of Buddhism to Japan. The official inscription states that these buildings are masterpieces of wooden architecture and that they illustrate the adaptation of Chinese Buddhist architecture and layout to Japanese culture. Visiting Horyu-ji today is like stepping into another world. The scent of old wood, the sight of gracefully curved roofs against the sky, and the profound silence within the halls connect you directly to the past. You can almost feel the presence of Prince Shotoku and the countless monks, artisans, and pilgrims who have walked these grounds for over a millennium. It's a living museum, not just of architecture, but of faith, art, and the enduring human spirit. It reminds us that some things are built to last, not just for decades or centuries, but for eternity. From its founding out of a prince's vow, to its destruction by fire and its miraculous rebirth, the history of Horyu-ji Temple is a powerful story of devotion and preservation. It stands as a proud symbol of Japan's rich cultural heritage and a priceless gift to the entire world. So if you ever get the chance to visit Nara, make sure to walk through the gates of Horyu-ji. You won't just be seeing an old temple, you'll be witnessing history itself. Thank you so much for joining me on this historical journey. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our next adventure. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been to Horyu-ji, or if there are other historical sites you'd like to see covered. Until next time, stay curious.